Hey Scorpio, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. General reading, take what works, leave what doesn't. Cutting the deck here, we're going to take from the bottom of the tarot deck. Well, this is going to be a fun little reading. Heartbreak, but it could just be fear of heartbreak. It could be an old heartbreak, which we all have at this point. Truth, or somebody's truth, maybe not truth with a capital T, coming in. Maybe you had put up a barrier to it. You didn't want to see it. You didn't want to know about it. You didn't. But the truth found you anyway, or their truth found you anyway. It was painful. Heartbreak. This might be heartbreak you don't want to cause. This is maybe heartbreak that you've delayed experiencing. You tried to shut it out. This could be very private heartbreak that no one else knows about, that you haven't spoken about, and you've had a bit of a delayed reaction to, which might involve some shame. I think there might be a little bit of shame with this heartbreak, embarrassment. That's why it took you so long to experience it, to acknowledge it. You still don't want to experience it, but here it is anyway. And it's embarrassing a little bit, like how you tried to stop it, or how you didn't see it, or how you might be feeling a little isolated in it. This reading could be coming in to let you know that the universe does see. Your pain is seen and known. All right, okay, so that was a perky start. Welcome to your reading. Over on Vimeo, I'll be doing relationship readings, traditional tarot, but crow tarot, and crow oracle. So it's just a lot of crows there, and they're all cawing and talking, except for some of them are specifically not talking. So if you want to join me over there, that would be fun. And I do charge a small fee for those videos. It's just to acknowledge the energy exchange. Past, present, inner landscape, what's at issue, environment, to-do list, possible outcome. You may be breaking someone's heart here. There's something that's really beautiful, 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 lovely. And then what is happening? So in the recent past, we have 10 of emotions. So 10 is a completion. Very happy completing something. This always looks to me like a dance troupe or something, and it's their final dance, and they're so excited, and they did it. They did the whole run, and it was beautiful. Every show was sold out. It was so exciting and lovely. So, you know, were there difficulties? You bet your sweet Bippy there were difficulties, and they went through them. And it's like having peeled back the layers and gone through something, and maybe cried together, and now getting to some sort of joyous celebration. It's usually with someone else, or with some sort of community that you might be with, you know, like a theater group, or a family, or just one other person, but it's emotionally satisfying. And you got through the tough times. You got through the tough times, and then you celebrated that. In your current situation, look at this. Look at you, Scorpio. Now you're center stage. It's less about the group. It's more about you, but the group certainly does love it. It's almost like you were part of a band, and you were part of a band, and now you've gone solo. You still got the band as backup here. See? We've got more about this like performance or this group, but you're the star. It's your, you know, I love those like, I don't know, you know how when people are dancing, and then someone will come in the center and do their dance till they're done, and then they'll leave, and then someone else goes. It's your turn to be the center of attention. It's your turn, and you're doing a very good job of it. This is not, it's like the group run is over, and now you've got some sort of solo success from it. You still got your backup singers. It's almost the same group. There's just about as many people still there supporting you. But, you know, it's almost like you went through hard times with people. You came out on top. You came out so much on top that now you're a bit of the star here. You've got the star quality. The light's all shining on you. Yeah, it's like this group success led to a solo success. And your success is everybody else's success. When you're successful, your community is successful, right? Like if you're the parent and you get a promotion, your kids like benefit from that typically, benefit from the increased income in the family. I mean, unless you're like working twice as many hours and there's all those cost benefit analysis. But you are on fire, baby. You are on fire. And yeah, you're smoking hot. There's all sorts of like the 6 of inspiration has you just rising above, standing out, right? Maybe there was this whole dance troupe, but you're the one that gets like the permanent position, the offer. Like someone was scouting out, your team won, your team did a good job. And if someone scouts you from that team, metaphorically, if someone scouts you from that team, or you end up in the spotlight, or you end up with the MVP award, it's good for the whole team, because then, they'll be like, oh, we found her in McGillicuddy soccer field. And so then, future scouts might go to McGillicuddy soccer field looking for their next star. So there's something that benefits like your whole family or your whole group of you succeeding and you getting this like extra little gold star, this extra little boost. But yeah, you're the MVP here. I mean, the whole team's successful, but you're being singled out as the reason for it. And then your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, you're hoping to be closer to people, to connect with other people on a deeper level. So, maybe this like standout position helps you do that. It could be a fear, I guess, like fear of people knowing who you really are, especially when you have this like front man position in a situation. You're the spokesperson. You're the point person for a certain group doing a certain activity. You got the lead in the next, right? You were part of a production that went really well, and now you got the lead in the next production. You need some emotional connection though. All of this like point person, front runner energy, right? Here you're one of many, you're part of something. Here you're the standout, which has its appeals, which is exciting to stand out and be the one singled out, that's got its appeals. But now you are on a different plane or a different playing field than these ones. So you may be feeling like a disconnect from your friends, your peers, your family. You may be feeling that separation and craving it, longing for some sort of connection, longing for deep friendships. Yeah, you're doing really well in one area of your life, but it looks like you're sort of missing the emotional connection to people that you love and people that you care about and can relate to. Where are your peers here? Here, you were surrounded by peers. Now you're outside of the peer group. You're elevated from the peer group. This can even just be like getting into a different income bracket than the rest of your friends and family. And so you want to do some things, you want to go someplace, but who are you going to do that with? All of the people you love and care about, none of them can afford to do the things that you want to do. There are ways I've seen around that, but it looks like you're craving you're craving connection, meaningful connections, not just adulation, not just like, oh yes, thank you. Not just flowers in your dressing room connections, but genuine connections. And maybe you want a party too, like 3 of emotions. This is our party card, or have a party, like celebrate the success. So you might be wanting to plan a party for an anniversary party, right? Because 10 of emotions would be, hey, we've been married 10 years. This is exciting. We've been through a lot together. And it's your day approaches now. So you might want to plan a celebration, plan a party, something like that. You might be looking to connect with others, really, is at the base of it. But we have the reverse magician. So you want to connect with others somehow, either through a party or through trips together or through just meetups. they can't afford to go to the places you can, or there's some sort of disconnect. You're in an elevated position, which has isolated you a little bit. But this Magician says that you're, in reverse, is that you're having, well, obviously you're craving these connections, you're craving connecting with people, but the reverse Magician means that you're not able to bring it into reality. You might be like, I want this, I want to connect with people, I want to be friends with people, I want to have this party, but you either don't have the skills to plan a party, you don't have the time to plan a party. This Magician needs to delegate something to somebody else if they want it. But there's something that you're lacking some sort of ingredients for, be it time, money, and maybe you don't even have very many friends, and you're like, I'd like to have a party, and I will invite 1.5 people. That's not much of a party. So you could be missing, relationships, and not sure how to create them, or not sure how to connect with either someone specific or just friends, friends that are maybe working at your level or at your income level, or maybe not sure how to connect or reestablish friendships with people that you used to be friends with and you used to be connected to, but you're not sure how to reestablish those connections, especially given the vastly different places that you are at in life. You're now too bougie for the proletariat, but you miss them, but you can't figure out a way to connect with them. You're having a hard time finding your people, I think. All the success is great, but and it's like you benefit and everybody benefits, but some of your relationships may feel transactional unless they care about you and you care about them, and they may be more transactional, like, oh yeah, is my housekeeper my friend? We get along, I like her, I don't think, there's like a stratification barrier. Is my massage therapist my friend now? Do I invite them? It just seems like maybe there's like a longing for connection, but not really like peers, or not knowing how to do it, which is really common among adults. Now that we're not like in class with a bunch of people all day long, it can be very hard to create adult relationships. It can feel like weirdly like dating-ish, but we're not dating. We're just trying to be friends. It can, you can have difficulty finding where they're at. And maybe the Six of Inspiration is like, now that you're all grown up, now that you have your heart's desire, you want to bring some people in to share your life with you. Like, you succeeded and everybody benefits, but who's the everybody? Maybe you don't really have a lot of everybody, but you want to maybe do a party or something, and you're missing a few ingredients for the party. And then in your environment is really interesting because this is an interior card. The Strength card is inner strength. So either there is a lion in your environment, or a circus, or your environment's asking you to have some inner strength, to stick with something, to keep going, even though it's very difficult. I mean, there's so much celebration and happiness up here, and parties, and you want to have a party, but the environment is difficult. It's creating difficulty. You're not sure how to fix it. I mean, which we already got with the Magician. You're not sure how to fix this. It doesn't change that you want it, though. Maybe there are things you can't tell people, and you really want to. But it's unclear if this creation process is going to go anywhere or result in an actual creation. So you're not talking about it. This reminds me as a metaphor of you know, when you're pregnant, before you can tell everybody that you're pregnant, you really want to share it. You've had some success. Everybody was happy. You've had some success. And then you want to like share about it, but you're not sure we're actually going to be able to create this thing. So you have to just hold tight for a while there. You know, especially if you're not sure you can create something. So as a metaphor, that obviously isn't going to be a thing for most people, but as a metaphor, you know, you're not sure you're actually going to be able to create this, and the sorrow isn't something you'd want to share with people. So it could be a lot of different things, maybe even creative projects, maybe even like, creative projects, or, you know, you'd kind of, there are different, like in film, you can't tell people that you're in a film. If it's a big film, if it's like a little kitsch horror, that's fine. But like the bigger films, the bigger your news, the less able you're allowed to talk about it. Cannot talk about it at all. So that could be a little bit of what's going on here. The process of making something, or, you know, you might not even be sure. You know, you can get kicked off of a film if you tell people about it. You know, they're very proprietary with those scripts and concepts and all of that. So, so until it's made, you may have to just hold tight. So it could be something like that, like where you've won something, but you can't share about it. And there is a lot of uncertainty over whether this is going to end up in heartbreak or you're actually going to be able to make something. So your to-do list is keep the secret. You have to keep it a secret. Oh my gosh, I was looking at this like, what is this? What is this? Like, Seven of Voices, you know, generally I see it, I'm like, whoa, secrets. But this is keep a secret. Keep it a secret. Keep the truth hidden. You may be the star of the show, but you have to keep it to yourself. You cannot go blabbing about the Seven of Voices. Someone else just got Seven of Voices. Libra, I think, got Seven of Voices in their relationship reading. But you can't talk about it. This is what you want to do. You want to talk and share about it. You're excited about something. Something really good happened, and you can't talk about it because you don't know if it's going to actually go through. You don't know if it's actually going to happen. I mean, what if you end up on the cutting room floor and you told everybody about this thing? Or what if the funding gets pulled and you told everyone about this thing? Or, you know, there's all sorts of like what ifs in this creation process, or in this really happy, inspiring process. Maybe even a relationship that you can't talk about right now. There are a variety of reasons for that, not all of them bad. So maybe there's a relationship you can't talk about right now, or something you can't talk about right now. And this is saying, continue to not talk about it. Hold strong. Hold. Do not talk about it. Keep your secrets. Well, all right, Scorpio, keep your secrets. We know you. We know how this goes. Go ahead, move in secret. You're the star of the show somehow. You've been successful, and you have to keep your success a secret. It'll be better this way. Possible outcome. Well. Ace of Emotions. A brand new beginning. A very exciting beginning. Emotions coming up to the surface. This could be a totally new relationship. A new emotional journey. A new relationship. Something very exciting bubbling up from the depths. A little fish. I mean, this pregnancy metaphor just keeps going here. Like, I'm like almost feeling like when you first, it's called like the quickening, when you first feel the baby move or the fetus move. And for some religions, that's when you establish, that's when you're pregnant, like in a way that is, for some religions, that's when you can't, it's no longer allowed to reverse it. Before that, it's just theory. But that's just some religions. It's not like a rule, some psychotic like rule that we made up. It's just some, for everybody that everyone has to follow. It's just some religions. But that's what this reminds me of. That's what that quickening, when it's like, oh, this is this thing. This feels like a fish down there, and you're the fishbowl. So it's that establishing that knowledge and that understanding of the journey and that excitement and that love for the journey you're about to go on. But until that point, you got to keep it a secret. But Ace of Emotions, yeah, these feelings coming up. New feelings, new relationship. Maybe you don't have anyone you can confide in right now. Like whether even it's something that you have to keep a secret or not. Like officially keep it a secret, but maybe you just don't have anyone to confide in, but you will. You will have someone to confide in. There is a new beginning here. There's new friendships, new relationships opening up. But for now, the acknowledgement is the heartbreaking truth is there's not a lot of people you can confide in right now. Possibly, right? This is a general reading. Take what works, leave what doesn't. But there is something, there's a new relationship or a new thing right now. But right now, you don't need to talk about it. The Seven of Voices, it's like withholding information. It's totally fine to withhold information right now. The time for sharing that, I mean, we've got a completion. We've got something already done here, and then we've got the new thing. This reading, this is our first card out, this is our last card out, but this is the beginning and this is the ending. So we started with an ending and we're coming up with a beginning here. We're ending with a beginning. We're beginning with an ending and ending with a beginning. They're all the same. We got to end things. No, that doesn't really work with kids, does it? Well, I mean, you have to like have a kid before you can get pregnant again. You can't like, just like, well, I had one kid. My kids are 3 months apart, right? That's not how that works. So, but you don't like kill one kid before you have another. It's not like the Addams family values here. Okay, so these cards I mean as synchronicity cards, but they also have other meanings that tie into it. So it's stuff to look for to remind you that you are on your path, you're right where you need to be. We have, Libra got this too, eagle spirit, freedom, but there's also a sense of an overall vision, especially if you're in like a moment where you can't really share right now, you understand the overall vision. So if you see an eagle, this can be, I mean, it should always be, unless you live in Southeast Alaska where there are like pigeons, but every place else spotting an eagle is always an important piece of information of keeping your overall vision. And then also, if you do happen to see a Pegasus, do take note. You're right where you need to be. And then we have moonlight enchantment, magic. So this moonlight enchantment, so we, you know, if you see the moon, and hopefully you do, and we also have a wolf. And I also think there's some bluebells in here. So being aware of the magic. And then Wizard of the Woods. If you do see a wizard or a wizard type person, be aware. But this is focus. So stay focused on what your goal is. Like, why aren't you, what's going on here? This not sharing. Stay focused on the goal. I mean, you do want this as a goal, but you're not there yet. So keeping an idea of the overall vision and why you can't tell people right now and understanding that is really important. And staying focused on your goal, on what you want. It's really interesting because this magician and I feel like this bad magician or this it could be bad magic. It could be it's just the creation process, a glitch in the creation process. And you may have some past glitches that you're remembering in the creation process where it didn't come off quite. That's why, like, if you're doing a solo album, maybe you've tried to do a solo album like 3 times and something's always gone wrong. So this time you're not going to talk about it. I almost want to say you don't want to jinx it this time. So you're not going to talk about it until you really feel it, until it really starts to bubble up. Because it's something, it feels like maybe, you know, we call it jinxing it because it does feel like maybe we created by demanding from the universe or by being cocky about something, we feel like we create the blockage in the creation. Like everything looks like it's going well. We start talking and blabbing about it, and then something happens. And superstitiously, it can feel like we caused that. We may or may not. I don't know how all that works behind the scenes, but if you're not feeling like it's the right time to talk about it, do not talk about it. So Wizard of the Woods, focus. So if you do see a wizard in the woods or a swirling light, you're right where you need to be. But focusing on like what you really want out of the situation. You may want a lot of accolades. You may want those accolades, but right, this one's secret and this one's public. And that's really interesting to me. This is the public one, public accolades, but then there's something going on in secret and behind the scenes that you can't really share about. Even though like everyone could benefit from it, there's something about your public, your success that there's a secret with it. And this is saying that you can keep the secret. Go ahead and you have to, if you've got to keep the secret, keep the secret. Stay focused on what you're doing though. Don't be derailed by the secret. So something is coming. Something's coming, a new beginning. Something new is bubbling up. But don't talk about it too soon. This might be the one time when I'm like, okay, that superstition looks like it's coming out here, so don't talk about it too soon. Oh, yes. Oh my God. Tarot or Oracle decks, magical moon, illumination, awakening, discovery. It's the Ace of Emotions, discovering feelings, illumination, awakening, luminous light in the dark. Take me on a journey to reveal my truth. That is fascinating because we have you keeping the secret, and this is all about let me reveal my truth. Let me share. I mean, sometimes this is about like, hey, what do I want here? Please explain. But this is about like, I want to reveal my truth. Take me to that place where I can reveal my truth. Take me to the place where I'm safe to do that. Take me to that place. And I love too that this is a nesting doll. I don't know. This one looks like nesting dolls. It seems to me, it feels like those are nesting dolls. So keep going. Oh my gosh. And I got the sense of an onion being peeled back here layer by layer. And that's also the exact same concept of the nesting doll. Is that layer by layer, peeling it back, peeling it back. And I think you're going on a journey to be able to share what this success with the people that you love and care about. You want to share it. And so you're asking for that to take me to the place where I can share it. So magical moon, illumination, awakening, and discovery. And then obviously, look at this, was meant to be a synchronicity card. And here we popped out one synchronicity already. Moonlight, enchantment, magic. And this is magical moon. So that's really beautiful and extra special, Scorpio. I love it. I love you. Okay, have fun. With this all, keep your secrets, Scorpio. What else is a Scorpio gonna do? So then we're gonna join me over on Vimeo if you want, If not, I'll talk to you in a month.